Yeah, so I've been doing this for hours, okay?
It's 4 o'clock. It's okay. It's 4 o'clock. I need to call this meeting to order. All of the fun out there. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any public comment tonight? Public comment. Okay. Just be ready for JD then.
Good afternoon, JD King, Page County Engineer. It's a lovely winter day in Page County. My jacket's in the truck. Of course, I'm concerned that, we're living a good life for now. We'll pay for it later, but the engineer update went out yesterday afternoon. We continue to be weather dependent operations, and that's not just talking about snow and ice or non-snow and ice, but includes frozen or thawed roads with the temperatures. What frost is in the road may go away. That'll turn it to slop. Anyway, drive accordingly. We have no blades out. We're gonna haul rock today with some belly dumps over in the southwest part of the county. We do have a mower that's running. And we got crews doing various other small things, cutting brush, doing some pothole patching with the cold mix, helping out at the shop and doing some culvert inventory. We have a couple more townships to do culvert inventory on, finishing up from work last year. There's work in the shop, service work on a couple of our truck tractors that were hauling belly dumps, exhaust pipes on a tandem. We have the wings on the motor graders, 2 north and 2 south. Should some snow show up. And I noticed they were doing tire work in the shop when I was there last. We continue with project development. Our Farm to Market Rock project, that the title sheet was signed last week, has been turned into the system. Working on Yorktown Bridge, waiting on NEPA clearance so we can do right-of-way acquisition, because there is some right-of-way acquisition with a new road realignment there. And the cement treated base seal coat surface that we'll put on J53, currently scheduled for April letting. If we don't get SHPO clearance or NEPA clearance in time, that should be good. I'm getting that one confused with the Yorktown. We had an RPA meeting last week to amend the tip to take our federal aid project off the tip, turn it into a farm to market project. Farm to market projects are not in the tip. Nick, the technician, is doing some schooling up at Boone, the DMAC at the Boone campus, the DOT school. The secondary road department will have a safety meeting on Friday, touch various topics, policies, such. This morning we had a student from high school, a job shadow one of our guys. He took him around the shop and up to the office, talking about why people do math in school, take the hard subjects. There are people that use those after school. And the budget worksheets are out. Do you have any initial guidance for?
Not yet. No initial guidance.
Okay, so we can just plug in the healthy raises for all. our-
Oh, sure.
Just any questions for me?
Yeah, the safety meeting, what time is it Friday and is it at at the building?
It's at the annex, be
Okay.
about 12:30,
12:30?
so there'll be food. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, JD. Okay. All right. Next, we have Jeff Curtis from the Samuels Group on a jail update.
Good afternoon, and how's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good, Jeff. Hi.
I agree with JD. Pretty crazy. We're going to be this warm here at the middle part of December, so lends itself really well to construction. So we'll get right into it. Again, last couple of weeks, a lot of progress has been made. Masons continue to work in the remaining masonry walls in the jail area. The plan again is for those folks to be done right before Christmas. Everything's tending to trend that way. With working directly with the masons will be the electricians and which would be O'Neill, and then Cunningham installing any of the necessary openings, piping, plumbing, and accessories that go into the masonry walls. That way we're on top of that, ready to go. O'Neill also continues starting to pull in some primary feeders and then working on branch circuits overhead. And they continue. We just received the last piece to the main generator component, which is in the last ATS arrived on site yesterday. So that's a nice caveat to have. Cunningham crews continue with their HVAC ductwork installs and VAV boxes, we call them, which again help temper the rooms for individual settings. So that work's been doing really well with that. Continuing on with that, today was actually a big day. WDSI mobilized on site, and we received our load of what we call the detention metal wall panels for the cells. So they are starting those installs. So that seems definitely trending right on track. They were designed to be on site, starting installing on today, the 16th. So that is working really well with the schedule also. So continuing to move forward, once those metal panels are installed, then the plumbers and the HVAC folks will get in there and start installing their detention grade toilet, the cell, what we call penal fixtures, which of course we have a combi unit, which is kind of the toilet and the lavatory. All those will start being installed and then get the rough ins finished through those. And then after that point, they'll come back in and start installing the rest of the double skins, metal wall, or what we call security ceilings inside those cells. So that continues to move forward. We had a load of drywall that arrived on site today. So they're going to do what we call top out the upper portion of the walls. That way the electricians can finish getting the rest of the low volt conduit and stuff installed prior to the inspection by the electrical inspector. And then once we receive that, of course, then we'll start finishing and hanging the rest of the drywall and start the finishing process. So again, things are moving along really well. Any questions you folks have for me?
No, not that I can think of.
If the on-site moves as fast as you talk, we're doing really well.
Yes, I tried to slow down a little bit. Hopefully my emails help get that cleaned up a little bit for you. That's not the first
I've
time
got your weekly report, so that's good. Yeah. Looks like it's great.
Yeah. Again, the big thing that we have the temporary heaters up and going. So it's nice and monitoring that everything's getting dried out really well. So we'll be able to continue with that process, especially when sheetrock starts going, and the CMU will get what's called dried out prior to the painting operation starting. So again, all the trades are working really well together. Be some big changes here the next couple of weeks with those detention metal wall panels going in. So please feel free to stop out at any time and take a tour.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Alrighty, folks. Have a great afternoon now. Bye.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay. Mid-American, we have John Huff.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm out on the road today, so I pulled off at a gas station to give this update. So a little bit different background for me than usual. But anyhow, hard to believe there's only 15 days left in the year. With that said, we may not quite get all the remaining turbines spinning by Christmas, but it does still appear that will be the case by the end of the year. So given that there's only 15 days left in the year, it's still coming up really quick on us. So Mortensen has completed their restoration work for 2025. So any issues that arise between now and the spring, we will be back out in the spring to fix any issues with the reclamation. And then I know last week I was asked about the ADLS tower. So it looks like as of right now, and these things are somewhat, they can fluctuate, I guess would be the way to say it. It does look like it'll probably be around February that we will be trying to construct that ADLS tower to do something about the constant red lights. And then there will only be whenever an aircraft is within not low flying aircraft is within 3 nautical miles of the wind farm. So any questions that come to mind today?
I don't have any.
No, I don't.
Okay. Sounds good.
I guess actually just one thing. Do we know, are the roads, have we started turning over roads to the county, or are there still some that you guys are still using?
So my understanding of where that all stands is our director of engineering is working with JD on what the best solution on how to handle that is. I don't think as of right now we have technically turned over any of them. I was not 100% sure about how that was going. Like I didn't know if we'd turned over 1 or 2 and still had a handful left. I think that as of right now, they're still all technically that we still have them. But I know our director is working with JD on the best way to do that, effectively
Okay.
get them all turned over.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay. We have the next on our agenda is the West Central presentation and funding request.
Hi, I'm Wendy Mueller. It says my video is disabled on your end, so I don't know if you can see me or not. It says it's disabled by the host.
Oh,
Oh, there.
let me see that. There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Not that you wanted to see me, but if you did. So good afternoon. Thank you so much for letting me come and speak today. Just on behalf of West Central Community Action, I just want to thank you for your continued support of our programs. We are requesting the same amount as last year, which was $4,000. And that funding is used in the county. It can go for outreach services, which might include admin or indirect costs, any local match requirements we might need, or support just any additional funding needs of programs that are administered and serving Page County residents. So first, I just would like to thank Todd too for being on our board of directors. He's extremely supportive and really appreciate him to take the time to be on our board. You should have a packet of information in front of you that details services that we provided to Page County residents during 2025. So I'm just going to highlight a few things. First are the client demographic information. We served 494 households, which consisted of over 1,000 individuals. 52% were single person households. 60% had an income below the 100% poverty guideline. 45% were on a fixed monthly income. 43% were between the ages of 18 and 59 years of age. And 54% of the client households either own or were buying their home. And if we move to services, which start on page 3, we'll first talk about Head Start. Head Start promotes school readiness for children ages 3 to 5 in low-income families. And we offer a variety of services that include educational, nutritional, health, and social. We operate one Head Start classroom in Page County that's located in Clarinda through a school partnership, and it serves a total of 8 children. We also have Early Head Start. This provides support to low-income infants, toddlers, and pregnant women and their families. And we operate a home-based Early Head Start program in Page County, which serves a total of 7 children. We also have Child Care Resource and Referral. This program really assists families in selecting child care providers that best meet their needs. They also deliver technical assistance to early childhood providers in preschools, centers, and in homes. There was 15 child care programs with a 600 were listed with CCR&R in Page County. We also have the Child and Adult Care Food Program. This program just really promotes good nutrition, positive eating habits in children in registered family child care homes. Staff also perform like in-service training. They do home visits, they do safety inspections and record keeping reviews. And we had 51 children that were enrolled at 3 home providers that participated in CACFP during fiscal year 25. Next, we have weatherization. So this program really helps low-income households increase their energy efficiency and reduce their overall money, reduce their costs on fuel. And we have evaluators that evaluate the homes, and then we hire private contractors to insulate the attics, the walls, do minor repairs, so we had 5 households that received over $179,000 worth of weatherization services. On page 5, we have LIHEAP, or also known as our Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. So this program is really designed to help households pay a portion of their winter heating costs. It also promotes energy awareness and efficiency, and we had 488 households for a total of $256,000. We also offer ESIP, or emergency crisis money. This helps with furnace replacements, fuel delivery, reconnect fees, service continuity, $1,000 that benefited from that program. And then on page 6, we have the Family Development and Self-Sufficiency Program, or FATS. This program works with at-risk families who have children, and they are 175% below the poverty guideline. And the specialists help deliver intense case management to help meet their personal goals. And they're there to, empower, support, and guide families to ensure that they're on the path to self-sufficiency. And we had 4 families that benefited from that program. And then page 7 shows the program dollars and/or the value that go directly to either clients or vendors in your county, and that totaled over $823,000. And then page 8 just shows the admin and delivery costs, and we really do try to work on keeping our admin under 5% and our service delivery under 20%, and we accomplished both of those things. And then the last page, page 9, is just a summary. As you can see, over $1 million worth of services were provided by West Central Community Action to Page County. And again, just on behalf of the employees and the board of directors, just want to thank you for your continued support. Any questions?
I think it's great. I think to go over and show all of the things that we're doing and being a part of in Page County is awesome. So
it's truly amazing, man.
yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand how many things you impact. That if you're sitting on the board, you get to see those things, but I don't know that the communities always see the benefit, but it does make a difference, definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I know I hear a lot about LIHEAP, and I didn't know. Is there just a quick question, is there a total amount that can be put in one household?
Yeah, so it is dependent on a lot of factors. It goes by points, and so it's $40 a point. So propane customers, they get $800 regardless. If it's a regulated utility, it can be anywhere from $640 to $160. It just depends on how many people are in the household, what your income is, if it's fixed income, if you live in a complex versus a single home. So there's a lot of different factors, and it's based on points. And so it's $40 a point based on that, if that helps.
That does, thanks.
And you have to be 200% or below of poverty in order to qualify for LIHEAP.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And if you go on the last page too, it also showed you the poverty guidelines. So you can kind of see like a household of 1 to a household of 6. It's the 200% guideline. So you can kind of see what they have to make in order to qualify, that or below.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you certainly help a lot of people, so it's wonderful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a lot of good staff, so they do amazing work. So,
It's good. Well, thank you for the report, and we will definitely consider the $4,000 like we do every budget year, so.
well, I appreciate it. Thank you and have a great Christmas. Appreciate
You
it.
too.
Bye, Todd.
Thanks,
Okay,
Wendy.
bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks.
Okay, next up, Page County Library's annual report and funding request.
Alrighty, well, thank you for seeing us this afternoon. It is always nice to be able to share what we've been doing at the county libraries. I am Carrie Falk from the Shenandoah Public Library, and I'm here to give you the county report, the Essex report, the Coin report, and the Shenandoah report. So we'll see how long I take here. The first page that I gave you has the Page County Libraries highlights. So we've compiled all the statistics from all 4 libraries that we turn into the state library. And I just wanted to give you an overview. This is very similar, pretty much the same report as we've done in previous years, but it's kind of nice to look at it and to just see, how we compare to what we've done in the past. So over the past year, we've had 94,000 visitors, more than 94,000 visitors, which means basically every person in the county has come into the library at least 6 times. We saw an increase in rural card holders. So we had 1,049 rural card holders, which was a 13% increase from last year. We've also saw an increase in loans to rural patrons. We saw a 13% increase in ebook checkouts. So as you can see, the digital loans are really increasing, and we're seeing a lot more of that. We also had an increase in usage of hotspots. And again, we appreciate the supervisors for providing us with extra funding a few years ago to buy some extra hotspots. Those are always in use at all of the libraries. We saw a 10% increase in computer and Wi-Fi access across the county and an 18% increase in public meeting usage. So those 960 meetings, which means basically every day we're open, there's at least 3 meetings going on somewhere across the county in one of our libraries. And that's not just our programs, those are the public using our facilities. So we're really excited to be able to provide that space for people. And then on the back side of that page, you've just got pictures of some of the events and activities from the 4 libraries. And of course, we were very pleased again to partner with the Growing Strong Families program and Page County Extension to provide those book bags for babies to the Shenandoah Hospital. And they've been passing those out to families across the county. So do you have any questions then on the county report?
Well, Deputy Pope does a good job.
Yes, she
So
really
is
does.
that 94,000? Is that up quite a bit? from Years past or?
Boy, I'm trying to remember. I'm going to say, since I didn't make note of it, it probably not up from last year. I'm gonna say
I was just
it's
curious.
about the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
Close.
it is close. I think it's just a skosh lower. And I think that was maybe Shenandoah's fault because our door counter did fail. So we, like the last 3 months, we were just making guesses at our numbers there. But don't tell the state library that, please. I do have a report from Sabrina at Essex. She was very sorry that she couldn't make it, but she's got a crazy busy week. And so she wanted to remind you, well, first she wanted to say thank you for your support over the past year and remind you that there are 722 people in Essex and that their traffic and participation in the library has increased significantly this year, that they had 6,238 people come to the library in 2025, which was a 37% increase over previous years. They have 955 card holders, which is, I think, pretty cool when that's 200 more than lives in the city. So great for them. They had 54 new card holders add cards this year, and their circulation of materials was 4,326, which is an increase of a little over 3%. And their website hits increased by 66%. They also had 316 library programs. Gosh, that's almost one a day, with an attendance of 2,000. 940 people, which was also over 60% increase. So a lot going on. They're looking forward to another exciting year. And she would also like to invite each of you to the holiday open house that they are having at the Essex Library this Thursday, December 18th from 10 to noon, and then from 3 to 5:30, which is during their hours of operation on Thursday. So she's pretty excited about that. And I believe that is the main reason she couldn't come, is she's getting ready for that. So Tammy from the Coin Library just texted me as I was walking in. She had somebody come into the funeral home, so she couldn't make it out to give the Coin update, but she just wanted to let you know that the Coin continues to do upgrades to their building. They are adding new shelves and they are painting. They have painted the front door and their drop box, and they've added over 1,000 new books this year. And as you guys know, it's Coin's turn to host the legislative visit, and they've got Tom Shipley to commit to January 8th, but she's hoping to hear from Tom Moore and Devin Wood, and she hasn't quite heard back yet. So as soon as we find something out, we will let you guys know, because we've loved to have you attend in the past and hope that you'll be able to again this year, and excited that Coin is going to host this year.
You said January 8th?
January 8th is the date they're
Okay.
looking at, so. Alrighty, now I'm going to give you a few numbers for Shenandoah, because I know your heads aren't swimming with all these numbers yet. So let's go. We saw our Wi-Fi usage up, and I'm on page 4 of my report. You guys can just flip through at your leisure. 54 people a day came in and used our Wi-Fi. We had at least over 6 people a day use the computers, 7 people each month using our curbside to go. So it's not used a lot, but the ones that do use it really appreciate it. We did 4 homebound deliveries a month, and that's just 4 different waves in which it goes out. I think Devin probably sends out to anywhere between 6 and 12 people every time we do it. So it's a really popular service, especially in the winter. Our public meeting rooms were used twice a day by the public. So a lot was going on with a huge attendance. And we did see, well, our circulation stayed pretty much even with books and audiobooks and magazines up just a skosh. But what really threw me was that our ebook and e-audio and e-magazine collection was up by 50%. So we're seeing a lot of people doing digital downloads again. And we were averaging about 142 people through the door every day at the library. So we're excited that our amphitheater sunshade is completed finally. That was a long drawn out project, and we are hoping to have a ribbon cutting for that in the spring, because we would like to have some landscaping in place before we show it off to everybody. But we'll certainly let you know and invite you all down to join us for that. Now, do you have any questions? I can't give you a lot more information about Essex or Coin, but I could talk on about Shenandoah for hours. So let me know.
I'm gonna have to start using the ebook because I buy them and it's be much cheaper to use them.
Save you some money there.
You guys should have a copy of the Lead Public Library and Clorinda's annual report. I handed that out prior to the meeting. A couple of things I wanted to highlight. First and foremost is that I think we have a really good system in Page County. The 4 libraries get together about once a month and we problem solve, we work on ideas, we share programs, we share cost. We swap books around when we can, just trying to make sure that we can serve everyone in our community. A few things reflecting this past year that I'm excited that we were able to do in Clorinda is one, we kind of did something outside of my comfort zone, and we worked with a contract worker, Tammy Shapherter, to start and develop our CPELS program. And that is Community Pathways to Accessing Literacy. One thing that we want to see more of are kids getting into and loving reading, because if they do it early, it will continue through their life. And being a literate person helps with every aspect of your life, be it buying a house and reading those loan papers to just finding an escape in a great novel. Through that program of CPALs, over $4,000 was raised for classroom libraries. So we're working with schools in Clarinda to get more books in the classrooms. We installed actually right across the street here north with the Searchers Group, a free little library, and we have about 2 more free little libraries to install in the Clarinda community, and are actually working with College Springs and Bradyville to support free little libraries in those communities as well. Because again, it's an access. If you have books around you, hopefully you'll pick them up and you'll read them. One of the things that I'm really happy that the CPELS program did this past year was actually strengthened our existing partnerships with like the schools and our nursing homes. It used to be we would often call them up and say, what can we do for you? And we're coming there. And now they're calling us saying, hey, we want you to help with this. So it's great when we feel needed because we can provide so many services to the nursing homes, to our schools, to everyone in our community. And then we've brought back class visits to the library. So we have right now South Page is coming once a month to the library to learn about what's going on, how the library works. Because just like JD had, I had a student job shadowing me today, and I was like, do you know how the Dewey Decimal System works and how to find a book? And I wasn't too happy with the answer. So I'm like, okay, this is why we're doing these programs here to work on that. 2 other things that I'm kind of excited that we've done in the past year is I've logged 90 miles on our book bike. So you probably have seen that out and about or photos of that. And we were able to take that out into the community because I'm not one who's just going to sit and spin my thumbs and wait for people to use the library. I'm going to go to them and tell them what we're doing, what we can offer, and the services available. And then we also recently launched, with the support of our Friends of Our Library group, kind of a unique service. If you're not a reader, maybe we can get you into the library using the Iowa Adventure Pass, and then you'll be able to see all the other services we offer. The Iowa Adventure Pass is very similar to the PASS program in Shenandoah. With your library card, you can kind of check out a pass to go to the Omaha Children's Museum or Des Moines Blank Park Zoo. And it doesn't cost anything, so it's a way that families can access those in case maybe they don't have the resources, but they use their library card to get that pass to go to that facility. We've also worked with Sportsplex in Shenandoah, so you can do a round of mini golf with your library card. And we're working with a number of other entities in our area and even in Omaha, Des Moines, and Lincoln to make sure that there's kind of educational, recreational, and cultural opportunities for everyone in our community, and everyone can access them. The last thing is you guys should have gotten our funding request. This is kind of our annual time. We also make our funding requests for the Page County libraries. We are requesting an increase of $3,000 more for Clarinda and Shenandoah, which if granted, we'd be using that for additional print and digital materials. Just like Carrie was mentioning, we're seeing an increase in our ebook usage and especially programs like Hoopla. And I'd like to say that it's very inexpensive to offer an ebook because it's just digital files, but actually it's kind of expensive to offer due to digital licensing and rights and copyright and everything like that. We'd also like to replace some of our computers in Clarinda too. Essex would like additional funds that could be used for a new computer for their patrons as well as print materials. And then Coin would use any additional funds for a new computer for their day-to-day operations. They're a pretty small operation, but I think they have 2 computers, kind of a patron computer and then the staff computer. And the staff computer is getting a good number of years old because I think we went and helped set it up years ago for them. Again, we'll help set up their new computer whenever they do manage to get one. So anyways, I wanted to do that. I know you guys are starting the budget process as mentioned earlier, and we wanted to make a request. So if you have any questions on the Clarinda Library or our budget request, I'd be glad to answer them now or at a later time.
Thanks, Andrew and Carrie.
Yes.
Thank you.
We appreciate everything that you do for the community and communities, I guess, for the whole of Page County, because every time I see this report, it's like, this is crazy that you do so much, not just books, but everything. And when on Facebook, when I see different classes that you've held and different things that you've done. So I applaud you for everything that you do because it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yep.
And I'll point out if you have questions, Jim is on the Clarinda Library Board, so you can refer to him. Questions.
answer any questions.
You do have a great library, yes, you really do. Everywhere, so we appreciate that. Thank you for being here. And I can't make any promises. but we'll certainly look at the proposal. So next up is Sheriff McCullough about a K-9.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's my radio interfering with the microphones. Well, we'll get rid of it before we start. Alrighty, once again, I'm Charles McCall, I'm the sheriff here at Page County, and we've been here lately looking at purchasing a canine. And we've actually went out and spoken to a trainer out of Omaha, Nebraska. His name is Ed with Code 2 Canines. And we've discussed what it's going to cost and stuff like that. So I got a little price breakdown for this today. The dog itself is going to be $10,500. And that is for right now it's a 12-week-old female Belgian Malinois. A single purpose dog, which means it would be a drug dog. It would track, it would article search, and anything else. Okay, and that's everything at this point. And it's for $10,500. They're asking for a $3,500 down payment. So I also went through here and I listed everything else that's going to be kind of a little extra expense here in this budget. The difference to upfit a Dodge Durango from a standard to a canine is $3,500 difference. And I already have a Dodge Durango that I'm ready to upfit if that's what you guys see fit to do. The cost of the kennels, one at the deputy's house, which we've already spoken with Deputy Powers, who would be our handler out of Shenandoah. And that $2,500 is kind of a rough estimate of what it would cost to put a canine a canine kennel at the office and one at his house, because the dog would go home with him. The cost of dog food. As I was calling around today, I have a person that will donate the dog food for us. So there will be no cost on that. And I spoke with 2 veterinarians today, and one of them had a price of $786.54. And that would be more or less a yearly update as far as different shots that they need to have and stuff like that. So the total that I'm asking for is $20,286.54. But we have a budget line item on this here, and it's line item 170001010399916. In that line item for our budget already is $9,937. So if we take that off the cost that I'm asking for $10,349.54. But if you flip the page over here, there is another line item for a canine fund that there is $35,755.50 in. What I'm asking for is to be able to do a budget amendment to use money out of that line item to purchase a canine and upfit the vehicle and get kennels for the office and for Deputy Powers' house. Just in the last 2 days, yesterday, I received a check for $4,200 for a canine, just from a donation.
Yeah.
And this morning I had a phone call that promised another $500 from another person just today. And then once again, Davison Feed out of Braddockville is willing to donate the dog food.
So basically, we have the money for everything.
Yes, ma'am, we do have the money.
Okay.
But I'd like you guys' blessings to go ahead and put a down payment on the dog and start this process.
How do you feel about doing more, like word out in the public? Maybe you get more donations to where you don't have to use the budget money.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
If you look here on this, at the very top on second page there, if we can get any grants or any other donations, I'm open for it.
Yeah,
My whole thing is every year we do, $9,937. I don't know how that number came up through the years, but that's the number. We budget for it every year. And, I would like to,
and that's just an expense line that can
That's
be
an
used for
expense line
anything?
that we have.
yep.
Oh,
It's in the dog. It's in the.
It's in the-
dog.
oh, it's
the shirt.
for-
It's in the
oh,
dog,
I got
yeah.
you.
Yep.
Okay,
It's in the
for-
dog line.
Okay,
And,
and then this other one though, the 35,000,
Yep, 170000100084916.
the revenue is there.
That, the revenue is, the money is in that account already and it's 35.
and that's not designated to anything.
We
It's
have,
designated for a canine.
Oh, it is designated.
It is a canine.
So,
but we didn't budget anything, so.
Right, that's why I'm here.
oh, okay.
We didn't budget using that money. So I'm here to say, hey,
Actually, it's the same, it's in the same fund. So I would say that we're budgeting the 9,900 out of the 35,000. But we haven't,
yes, you're
Yeah.
right. Yes,
Yes.
you are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct. And the $4,700 that we have received in the last 2 days is not included
It's not
in that
there, yeah.
35,000 either.
so if we can keep adding, is there any idea on your part to do a dual purpose for the dog?
We have discussed dual purpose. It is, when speaking with Code 2 canines, they will add dual purpose, which means it would be a bite dog, a working dog. They would add that on for an additional cost. But the initial work will be strictly single purpose. And if we decide at that point that we want to go to a dual purpose dog, a bite dog, then we would at that point.
So the dual purpose, the thing that was added would be for the dog to bite.
Yes, ma'am. It'd be a protection dog.
Okay.
How often would you use something like that though?
As far as the bite dog part of it or the actual, just the canine itself?
Dog bite.
The bite itself? Cody, what do you think? Maybe, yeah, hopefully 0 in its lifetime,
Right.
but 1 to 2. I mean, obviously, look at the prison. They have 2 working dogs that are dual purpose. I have no idea how many bites those guys have out there.
I mean, Fremont County has been probably gonna be for 7 years and never really had a plan for that. So multiple counties have dogs that are apprehension and have not had it. So that's always the goal, is obviously less force is better.
Yeah.
Right. Great.
But
And
that
this,
insurance and everything else change the factor on that as well.
Well, I spoke with Kristen about this and she spoke with Pete and Pete said, don't worry about the insurance.
spoken like a true insurance salesman.
What's that?
Spoken like a true insurance salesman.
Exactly, you're right.
Don't worry about the insurance.
Yeah.
So, but somebody's got to pay. I'm sure it raises our rates a little bit, or there's extra insurance that we have to cover.
That I do not know.
Yeah, so he just said there'd be a individual line for canine. It wouldn't increase like for the entire county. It would just be a small increase for the sheriff. But he
Yeah.
didn't have a dollar amount yet.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
sure Charles can cover it under his budget.
And then there's additional, then the handler would have additional a raise, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
So
That is
that's
in
the 3,000.
that is the $3,000 on the first page.
Yep. Okay.
That would be for extra duties as far as he's gonna be taking care of the dog every day. We have to give them like a half hour a day to take care of the dog and stuff like that.
So technically, this dog only costs $3,786 a year to maintain. Is that what we're saying?
Can you say that again, Brian? I'm sorry.
So to maintain this dog for a full year, we're talking $3,700.86.
Somewhere in that area, probably gonna be a little bit more with that as far as overtime, call outs, that type of stuff. We're working on the budget. We were working on that before I came up here. And I could give you a much more accurate number once we get into the budget process and stuff like that. Most likely 3,700 to 3,000. I would say we're probably gonna bump that up a little bit for extra money for the dog handler for the rest of the year. I mean, for a full year versus a half a year. So,
And I'm sure that you read where Fremont County was able to buy a cage for the car, but when Kristen and I watched the, whatever, the
The opioid presentation.
opioid
Yes.
presentation, they said, oh,
Yeah, we specifically asked if we could.
if we could spend it on a dog or, yeah.
well, they said no,
They said, no,
really?
not that opioid, it's not, no.
They want opioid for prevention.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that they've gotten it through, so we'll see what happens with it.
I think there's been other counties that have used that money for,
That's interesting because if you find out, let me know.
if I find out anybody that did, I
Yeah.
will let
Yeah.
you know.
The opioid stuff, what?
What's it?
No, it just, they don't want the opioid used for the dogs or for yeah, they want preventative things rather than, yeah,
Right,
rather than reacting, they want, yeah.
they want
No.
proactive.
Proactive rather than reacting. And so, I mean, I asked specifically because we had talked about this and
Yes.
they said no. Well, then Fremont County comes out with this and it's like, okay, so we'll find out what's going on.
Right, exactly,
If you hear more, yeah. If
right,
you hear from-
exactly,
Hear from other sheriffs using opioid money, let me know.
right.
So, yeah.
And I will do that, but once again, I'm asking to use money out of our account.
What I would say at this point is for the down payment, since we have $9,900 in a budget line item, that we take the, if it's so, we so choose, that we take the $3,500 out of that and, go ahead with that.
Well, or he could use the 4,700 that he's already got for donation.
But this
Oh,
is already budgeted.
okay.
So we don't have to do a budget amendment at this point, yet.
Right, exactly.
Yet.
In the $4,700, I will have to deposit that into that account.
Right.
Which basically puts the money back into where you guys have it and hey,
Okay.
we'd like to use it for a budget. amendment.
So we would use the 9,900 that we have in the current budget through the end of June.
Well, we'll probably need it sometime.
Well, we'll need
in
more.
March, April sometime.
I
Yeah.
know, but we'll use that, but we'll have to amend that line item
Yeah.
also.
Yes, ma'am.
But we can use what's there now
Yes, ma'am. That's what I want.
without doing the budget amendment yet.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
So if I can, if you so choose
So
to,
the hours of service of this dog,
Pardon me.
hours of service,
Hours of service, we're looking at using the dog mostly probably 7 at night till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, or possibly could go to a 12-hour shift. Just when the drugs are moving, then we'll be moving the dog around to where,
of course, a 12-hour shift, then there's gonna be what, 3 days that it's not gonna be on duty and.
it would be a normal rotation or whatever, that there's certain days it's not gonna be out there. Yes. And yes, it'd be
Oh, is that-
available for on-call too,
right, okay.
Overtime.
overtime, yes.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
That we
And that's what we can
provide the
spend.
down payment? of 35.
If they go ahead and do the dog, they already got the money, they know where it's coming from, they'll have to.
I'll second.
Function there.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Kind of another thing we've been working on during these couple days, Operation Blessing. We've had 63 kids that we have serviced this year, which is probably the biggest number that I've seen in 24 years. Everything is wrapped and most of them are being delivered today, tomorrow, and hopefully by Thursday, we will be out of JD's office and he can have his safety meeting on Friday. So lot of things going on right now.
Nice. That's great.
sounds great. Who got to go shopping?
Actually, there was what, 6 or 7 of us that went shopping? 8 of us went shopping?
Cool.
Yes.
Okay,
So, thank you very much.
okay, thank you.
Thanks.
we'll, look forward to hearing more about the dog. And you're gonna have a contest for the name of the dog, or is the dog gonna be named when it comes to you?
The dog is, that we have looked at has a name.
Okay,
She is a 12-week-old Belgian Malinois. She is a light fawn color with a black head.
uh-huh,
Beautiful little dog. Kind of the prerequisite for me, it had to be a social dog. I do not want one that's just
Right.
right.
out of control and out of
Yeah.
shape. So
And she already has a name,
she does have a name.
but you're not telling us. Bella?
Is it Bella? Yes.
Nice.
Bella, that's cool. I like that.
I guess I forgot to ask. So will you have to go to special training?
Yes.
Okay. And,
That is included in that $10,500.
oh, it is. Okay.
That is
Okay.
included.
First round's going to be roughly 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how fast I pick it up and
Yeah.
he picks it up.
Okay.
That's all covered in the 10-5 from Coach Kittle.
Okay.
So no additional, some equipment, yes.
Don't let the dog upstage you, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that also does come with some equipment like leads and muzzle and some other items that are actually listed in the invoice.
Okay.
It sounds like it's kind of a mixture of English and German, depending on what they go with for the commands and puzzle.
Yeah.
Or
Nice.
that.
Can you put a picture out there and ask for donations based on the picture?
Yes, ma'am, we could.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Yes, ma'am, we
Do
could.
it on Facebook or whatever and start, trying to collect some money,
Yeah, she is a very cute dog.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Bring her around at budget season. Everybody likes a puppy.
Depending on who we have in here.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well,
Thank you, guys.
yes,
Appreciate it.
thank you. Okay. Exciting, okay. Our next item is board communication. I went to the district supervisor meeting in Creston last Friday. It was very well attended. Of course, the big topic was there will be property tax discussions and who knows where it's going. Senator Tom Shipley was the only senator or representative we had there. I don't know whether others were invited or not. I guess there was one who was in a foreign country that couldn't be there, but anyway, lots of good discussion, lots of different discussion, and everybody has problems, so yeah, I think we're all worried about what's gonna happen with budgets and everything, so anyway.
Yeah, I didn't have any meetings.
No meetings, okay. Okay, I have another one tomorrow, have juvenile meeting tomorrow, so. Okay, discuss action, approve claims.
Make a motion that we approve the claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Aye, okay, discuss action meeting minutes from December 9th.
Can I ask if we back up a second? For
Certainly,
the board communication, do we want to talk about our schedule for next week?
oh, we
if-
can, yes,
Is that where we wanted to?
Sure.
Kind of talk about that maybe?
Okay,
I'm gone the 30th.
you're gone the 30th. You'll be back the 2nd. Okay, because we have to meet on the 2nd. Do we, okay,
You can do whatever you want. I can do them in.
okay. So we've got December 23rd and December 30th. Probably the 30th not have, since we're gonna have it on the 2nd. You think?
Second is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. We could do that week on the 2nd.
Okay. And a time on the 2nd.
Usual time.
Anytime would work for me because,
Are you up?
yeah, I'm off. So if you want to do 9 AM, could do 9 AM.
I'd rather do 9 AM, but
Okay. And that, and whatever, if Brian,
Can you-
are you off, Brian? No.
But that's on the second. Yeah, that's when we do all the new ones. Yeah.
Okay. Delegate appointed on January 2nd.
Yeah, because that's when we appoint everybody and take the oaths, if we have any oaths, which we don't have to do or anything, so, yeah. Okay, so on January 2nd at 9, huh?
Or
We have one application for
For
conservation.
conservation. Okay,
We need two.
we need two, we have two, another resignation? No. Oh, okay. Okay, we have two vacancies in the conservation board that we'll need to fill, so, okay. Okay, January 2nd time, 9 AM,
yeah, if that's all right, but Brian's gotta work.
Brian's gotta work.
I could take.
So maybe,
You can take
I
a
could
couple
talk.
hours, okay, 9 AM on the 2nd. Okay,
What are we discussing in this meeting?
do what?
What's this meeting?
That's our reorganization meeting. Okay. Do we want to meet on the 23rd? We don't have anybody on there yet. Okay. What's their wish? What's your wishes? Anybody going anyplace?
it'd be nice not to meet on the 23rd, but
Okay,
that's, I can make
Since
it
it's
work.
so
I
close
can make
to-
it either way.
since it's so close, I
Um,
could leave for Iowa City if I didn't meet on the 23rd, but. Okay, so.
is there any issue with claims or anything for two, like if we don't meet till the 2nd?
No,
Okay.
our next claim date will be the 31st.
Okay,
Wednesday, the 31st.
Okay,
okay,
So we can do those on the 2nd.
okay.
do we say no meeting next week unless we have some issue come up? Maybe,
Yeah, we might,
and then we could have a special meeting if we have to.
okay.
And I have sent, as they all said, the budgets out to all the departments. So we need to be thinking when you guys can start meeting for that.
Okay. And those are, we usually just want to do evening meetings for that? Or is that day meetings or what?
They'd,
can't remember.
I know the department heads would rather do day meetings, but
Yeah, but we need to talk before
Yes,
we have
right.
other meetings. We
Yeah.
need to start having some meetings to
Yeah.
discuss all the stuff.
and we
Yeah.
might have to do a special meeting, a closed session too, if we,
Yep,
I don't know, so. Okay, at this point, we will have no meeting next week and no meeting on the 30th. But we will meet on January the 2nd at 9 AM.
okay.
Okay. Anything else we need to discuss?
Oh, we need to approve minutes.
Oh,
Haven't done.
we didn't get there.
Yeah, we
Make-
didn't get,
make-
I interrupted you before.
Okay, meeting minutes.
Make a motion, approve the minutes as stated.
Second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye. Okay, now, if there's nothing else,
Motion to adjourn.
motion adjourned. Oh, second.
all in favor?
I.
Uh,
Aye. 4:57.